Hi everybody, welcome back to Right to the Top. I'm Adam. Today's video is a bit of a follow-up to my last video. In that video, and there's a link up here, you can watch that whenever you're ready. I discussed the 5 main reasons that people lose points on the essay section of the IELTS writing test. So today's video is going to show you a sample essay, and I'm going to walk you through this essay and show you the reasons that this essay got a band 6. Starting from the task, reading the task, through the introduction, body, conclusion, etc., and why this person lost points. I'm also going to show you a different version of this essay that I wrote, so you can do a bit of a comparison and study from a little bit better structure and content of this topic. Okay, so we're going to start right away. We're going to look at the task. Now remember, you have to read the task carefully, but make sure that you understand exactly what you need to do. Some people think that universities should provide graduates with the knowledge and skills needed in the workspace. So schools should be to get people ready for work. Others think that the true function of a university should be to give access to knowledge for its own sake, regardless of whether the course is useful to an employer. So university should prepare students for work, or just teach them basically how to think, or give them traditional knowledge. Now, pay attention to this question. What, in your opinion, should be the main function of a university? Now, a lot of people are going to make a mistake here because they will think right away they were presented with 2 opposing views, they must choose one. But that is not what the task is asking you to do. They're very directly asking you, what do you think a university needs to do for the students, right? So just make sure that you answer that question. Don't be distracted by the prompt. Now, of course, you can agree with the side and say why, but you don't have to. And you'll see in my essay, I give you a balanced argument, whereas this person did something a little bit different. Okay, so let's start with the introduction paragraph. Now, before I read anything, there's one thing I noticed right away. This introduction is too long. Make sure that your introduction paragraph is never longer than your body paragraph 1 or body paragraph 2. If you use a third body paragraph, that can be shorter. But otherwise, your introduction should be short, direct, and use the extra words to elaborate your arguments in the body paragraph, not the introduction. So we're just going to look at the first sentence here. The university has been playing a prominent part in the world, especially since the Third Industrial Revolution, in which people implemented initiatives to seek solutions to their issues in a theoretical and practical manner. This sentence says absolutely nothing in relation to this topic. The only thing relevant in this entire sentence is the word university here at the top. Everything else is just this person trying to impress the examiners with vocabulary. Now, I'm not sure what initiatives refers to. I don't know what solutions refer to. I don't know what issues refer to. In a theoretical and practical manner, what do those mean in terms of getting to these issues? So none of this has to do with anything here. So right away, a lot of words wasted, and the examiners will not be impressed with the vocab. Okay? They'll think you're just trying to force in vocab without any content. So that's one problem. And then some other things. Let's just look at the last sentence now. However, I believe that the factors that are expected by organizations are of paramount importance. Now, the task asks, what do you think are the main functions of a university? This thesis statement does not answer that question. So right away, from your introduction, you've already lost points. Your task response points are lost for too long, unfocused, unclear thesis statement. I don't know what you're actually trying to, or what you will be arguing in this essay. Cohesion and coherence, you have some issues with transitions, some wordiness, obviously like just using too many words to try to express an idea, and clarity. So some things are just not complete. Again, what initiatives, what solutions, what issues? I don't know what any of this refers to. So you're already losing points there. Vocab, lexical resource. Remember, you can use good words, but the main thing you need to not show the examiner is that you memorize them. Memorizing a word list does not mean you have good English skills. It just means you have good memorization skills. So you'll get some points for the good vocab, but you'll also lose points for the forceful use. and some of them are just unclear. This person's grammar is probably his or her best feature, and I'll talk more about that a little bit later. Be careful with articles. For example, this person wrote issues employed in the industry. Which industry? He's being very specific, but he's talking about a general workplace. So be careful about that. Conjunctions. Though the received wisdom is that the main responsibility. This particular conjunction can't be removed. You have to be careful about that. But there is some complexity of sentence structures. So that's pretty good. So let's move on. Here is the body. Now, I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, but I want to draw particular attention to the topic sentences of the paragraphs. The first one, to begin with, the career is important for the majority of people around the world. This sentence, again, doesn't actually say anything. First of all, it's very obvious that a job or a career is important to everybody. You need a job to have money to live. So you're not actually saying anything. You're still not talking about the university. I don't know what any of this has to do with the university, okay? Without excellent jobs, and impossible to achieve goals. Again, very obvious. You don't need to elaborate that very obvious opening sentences. Thus, were the universities, for instance, not to provide their followers with adequate knowledge in order to climb the career ladder, it might serve as a deterrent to pupils to enroll in university courses. So basically, if universities don't train people for work, people won't go to university. That's what this sentence is saying. Good. But as a whole paragraph, there's no argument made. There's no support. There are no examples given. Very ineffective opening body paragraph. Furthermore, I'm looking at the next paragraph. Furthermore, so you're adding something to this idea. Any research should assist in solving different practical issues or enhancing certain aspects of people. So first of all, you're not actually adding to the last idea. So the furthermore is a wrong transition. So that's your coherence and cohesion score. And again, this paragraph, this sentence, I don't actually know what he's trying to say. Research, again, does that mean university courses? Are you going to university? Should assist in solving different practical issues. What issues and solving them how? Or enhancing certain aspects of people. Enhancing how? Which aspects? So there's no clarity. There's just a lot of nice words being forced into the writing to impress the examiners. And again, they will not be impressed. So be careful about that. Therefore, neglecting the requirements of society and organizations in the university curriculums is not only unfair, but it also eschews people's expectations of such courses. Again, if you don't give them what they want, people won't go to university. Yeah, you've already made that clear in the previous paragraph. So look, notice that this whole body is lacking content. It has good grammar. There are good sentences in here, although there are also basic errors that will lose the person points. There are good vocabulary words, but again, it's not 100% clear if this person actually knows what they mean. Some of them are used correctly, but because there's no context for them, like the word is choose. Where is it? It's correct. It's used correctly, but I'm not sure the person understands this word because of everything that's missing before it, right? So again, not impressing the examiners, actually hurting your score. So, task response, not focused on schools. There's hardly any mention of schools here. It's not developed. You do not elaborate, or this person did not elaborate on the ideas presented, did not progress from one idea to the next, did not progress from the thesis to the conclusion, and gave no concrete examples of anything really, right? So a lot of points lost for TR. Transitions are not used correctly. Topic sentences are kind of meaningless, actually, so that's a big issue. There are some unclear links between sentences, and pronoun uses are not correct. Now, again, if you want to see an edited version of this essay, you can go to my website. There's a link in the YouTube box. You can see all the edits I made to this essay to get a more clear idea of where the mistakes are. Okay, lexical resource. Part of speech, so POS, part of speech. So some of the words are not used correctly. Used as a verb, it should be used as an adjective, etc. Expressions, some of the expressions are either not fitting or not in the right context, like climb the career ladder. doesn't really belong in this type of essay. It doesn't really make sense in the context here. But there are some good words. So this person will get points for vocab, but will also lose points for trying too hard to impress. Again, grammar, some good complex sentences, some good structures, but also some basic errors that will kind of affect the score a little bit. And the conclusion. In conclusion, the question of whether universities should mainly aim for industrial applications or pure academic subjects has been a debatable topic among some educationalists. First of all, it's not a debatable topic, it's a topic that has been debated, and educationalists does not mean teachers. I mean, it could mean teachers, but if I'm a teacher, for example, I'm not an educationalist. I don't study education. I don't study how education should be built or whatever, right? It's a very specific study about education. Despite such arguments, again, I'm not sure which arguments he's referring to. He's referring to a topic. I contend that the main purpose of higher education is to equip the students with sufficient knowledge to be used under various circumstances in a practical manner. So, first of all, here's the thesis statement, but it's already too late because he didn't actually back any of this up. The purpose of higher education, this should have come in the introduction and been more clear. So to equip students with sufficient knowledge, so that could be knowledge or practical training, to be used under various official circumstances. I'm not sure what he means by official, like in a workplace, in the government, at a school, not sure, in a practical manner. So they should be given sufficient knowledge, they should be able to do things in various contexts in a practical way. So they should be given knowledge and training is basically what this sentence says. So again, I'm not sure what the thesis is. So 290 words, that's a good number, but didn't say much. So task response, the restatement is different than the introduction. He's not restating, he's saying something different. Opinion statement again, so he has two opinion statements that are actually different from each other. So this time it's on point, but not clear in the conclusion. Links and wordiness, misused words, unclear words, articles, and complexity. So these are all the things that have been considered. Now, final score. Task response lost a lot of points. He's basically in the general area of knowledge and university. So he doesn't get a 0. It's a 4.5 because he didn't actually make an argument. He didn't have a clear thesis. Cohesion and coherence, a lot of confusion, bad topic sentences. The paragraphs don't really have a central focus, a lot of wordiness. Lost a lot of points there as well. Lexical resource, again, a lot of big words, but a lot of forced words and a lot of words that it's not clear that he actually knows their meaning based on the context. And grammar got a pretty good score, 7. Again, complexity is one thing, but you shouldn't make mistakes with basic errors that distract me from actually reading and getting to your message. Everything needs to be clear, it needs to flow. A lot of basic errors will bring your score down, even if you have good sentence structures. So overall, total is 23 divided by 4. This person got a 5.75. which will round up to a 6. Again, different tests, different situations, it could even be a 5.5. There's an algorithm, there's how other people are doing, but generally they will round up if he gets this. If he even loses a half point in any of the categories, then he's at a 5.5. So, but I'll go with a 6. It shows that he can write. He just needs to focus a little bit on the ideas of the topic. Now, if you want, here's my rewrite. I kept it at 293 words, so almost the same number of words, but everything is on focus. My introduction gets to the point. My body paragraphs present a clear topics sentence, clear argument. I'm flowing from one to the next. My thesis was that they need both academic and practical education. And then I explained why. I thought that was an easier approach. And I wasn't asked to choose. I was just asked, what is your opinion? Well, my opinion is that they need both. There you go, here's why. And then I did that. You can see this essay slowly, carefully, bigger, on my website at right at the top. There's a link in the YouTube comment section. You can go check that out. So you will see the original essay, the edited one, and my version all over there. And that is all for today. If you have any questions about any of this, please feel free to ask, and you can talk to each other and try to figure out some things here. If you like the video, give me a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the notification icon so you can find out about new videos. And come back for my next video. I'll talk about the task 1 main reasons to lose points there. Okay? See you again soon. Bye-bye.